Hey everybody, welcome back to Motor Files. It's a little bit of a different video today. It's a side quest actually, and we're doing the spring opener ride for BMW Motorcycles of Seattle. Beginning of every season, they have a ride they put together on a Saturday morning. They take you out, they get you coffee and donuts before, lunch afterwards. I used to work at the shop as a salesman. Really enjoyed my time there selling bikes. I'm a big Beamer guy, obviously. So it's just cool to go back. I'm still friends with Sport Bike Larry, the sales manager, the GM, Wade the Blade, and then Motorrad Brad, who's the parts manager. He took us out on the ride that you're gonna see later in the video. So big thanks to BMW Motorcycles of Seattle. If you're in the market for a BMW, that's where I go, and you should too. So I took the Funduro behind me. If you have a local motorcycle shop that you're cool with, and they host rides, definitely go out. It's a great way to meet people and check out bikes and just be in the community. So let's get to BMW Motorcycles of Seattle Spring Opener Ride. Hey everyone, it's Jacques from the future. Here's the lineup of the bikes. Quite a few cool bikes, nice old oilhead GS. Obviously your more modern stuff, R90/6, the sweet HP2 Enduro I was drooling over. Another R90/6. Ducati Monster, my Funduro, a couple GS's. Here is the 2026 BMW R1300 RT, and it has these aerodynamic flip-up panels. Now here's our riders meeting. Brad was going over the details of the ride. Kickstands up. We're getting everybody in line, putting on the gloves, firing up the Funduro. Today's ride, we were going to ride up I-5 north of Seattle to Tulalip, Marysville area, then go across the res. We'll do a pit stop, I believe it was called Kayak Point, which I'll point out later in the ride. Hang out, stretch the legs, then ride across Tulalip area through to Stanwood, stop at the Tobacco Dock fuel station by the Angel of the Winds Casino, and then head on south down back to BMW Motorcycles of Seattle, where they had lunch ready for us. Definitely an awesome ride. It's been really fun to do these, and this is, I believe, my third or fourth one. So we're starting off here. Everything was going pretty well, just cruising, getting used to the bike. Obviously I've done this a few times, so there wasn't much to get used to. But unfortunately, we had our first stoppage right here. A good friend of mine lost his clutch cable in his R90/6 about 10 minutes from the shop. Been there, done that. It's terrible, but I checked in with him afterwards. Everything was great. Here we are hopping on the freeway. I believe there's about 40 or 50 of us, so it's quite a big group. Really easy to navigate. I mean, people get out of your way when there's a big group of Beamers like that, and everyone's super chill. Oh, here's a hydroplane. That was really cool to see up close. They do a lot of hydroplane racing in Washington. Always loved hydroplanes. So pulling off the freeway here, hitting the back roads. I pulled up to the main part of the group, got stuck behind earlier on the freeway. This dude next to me, his back was hurting on that sport bike. I feel for him. Trying to catch the group, and I got caught at the light. Bummer. Kind of funny though is, I was watching them, and then there's Sport Bike Larry right there. Knuckles to Sport Bike Larry. That was a nice surprise. He caught up. Light turned green, and here we go. It's nice to get off the freeway and get on some 2-lane blacktop. Who doesn't love a good roundabout? Super fun. Like turning in roundabouts, and kind of opened up. I ended up at the front of the group at this point, and I had no idea where I was going. I hadn't really been there before, so here we are. It's kind of hard to tell. Looks like I'm riding by myself, but there's about 30 people behind me, and I'm just winging it. I'm stressed a little bit. Oh, there was some buffalo. That was kind of cool. hadn't seen buffalo like that in a farm before. I've seen them in the wild, obviously. But anyway, cruising some more 2-lane blacktop. I'm searching for this kayak point. I have no idea where it is. Enjoying the sights, looking at the trees, enjoying the smell of the... Oh, there it is. Perfect. So kind of a quick left turn maneuver. Luckily, there wasn't any cars headed my way. There was some distance with the people behind me, so that wasn't too bad. There's the rest of the group that we got split up from, so just pulled in. This is our first stretch break. Everyone can hang out, have some water, do what they need to do. So I'm gonna walk around and kind of look at the bikes, see how everybody's doing. That HP2 Enduro is literally my favorite bike, I think, of the little ride that day. I'm definitely going to get one soon, put it on the channel. They're really hard to find, but some other cool bikes, 1200 GS. That's Jack with his R18. He's a monster on that thing. There's Brad's MRT, the only MRT, tricked out light. He was leading the ride. Good group of people, mostly Beamers. There's a new 1300 GSA. Black on gold, 1300 GS, 1250 RT behind it. There's that HP2. Oh, such a nice bike. And my good old red Funduro right there in the middle. You know, a lot of people came up to me during this break and were telling me how the Funduro was kind of their entry-level Beamer. So back on the ride, we're going over to through Stanwood. So I'm gonna turn up the music and we're just gonna hit some twisties and go through the farms. Alright, now we're pulling up to the Tobacco Dock tribal gas station and filling up and taking off. I was pretty hungry at this point. You know, I've been turning some corners. We just hopped on the freeway, did a little bit of leapfrogging, and beelined it back to the shop for lunch. It's just really nice to start off the season right, get some miles, get your face in the wind, and ride with some awesome dudes. Beamer owners are definitely a different breed. They're always really nice and welcoming, and never met a bad guy on a Beamer, that's for sure. So gotta love it, and I always love going on these rides. BMW Motorcycles of Seattle does a really great job organizing them, and I highly recommend if you're in the area. Doesn't matter what you're riding, it's where you're going, so you don't even have to be on a Beamer. Got back to the shop, now it's time to have some lunch. Yeah, definitely come by and check out the shop. Good people here, great family, the service department's awesome. Ooh, there's that new 1300R. Super sick, I kind of want to try that. Maybe Larry will let me take it out sometime, but yeah, definitely come by. BMW Motorcycles of Seattle takes great care of people, and it's my go-to shop for anything Beamer related. I'm back at the Funduro. Thanks again to BMW Motorcycles of Seattle for putting together that spring opener ride. It was super fun, great to get out. I love seeing some of my old clients I used to have and some of my friends at the shop. Obviously that was a little bit of a different video. I want to do some more riding content, and I've been working on my camera setup, so if you have any suggestions, feel free to drop a comment down below. I'd love to hear them and interact with you guys. But yeah, stay tuned for more riding content, more side quests. El Camino video is coming. I've got some really cool build stuff on the way. I've got the Tempter to finish up, and I've got another bike to reveal on the channel, which is the first motorcycle that I've ever really had on the road. Had a couple before that, but they weren't true roadworthy bikes. This is my favorite bike of all time, the one I'm never gonna sell. and it's always going to be a staple on the channel. So I'm really excited to introduce her. She's coming very soon, just waiting for the right time, and you'll see why when it gets introduced. So that'll do it for today. Stay tuned for the other build videos like I mentioned before. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. And for the real ones, to always stay lit and ride safe.